Hi, Mel. Thanks for jumping on the call with me today.
No problems, Karen. How can I
Um,
help?
Mel, I'd love to just talk about your story a little bit and give people an idea of what you've been through that maybe it will help to inspire them as well. If you don't mind, just starting off, I guess, with where things were at for you. We've been working together now just over 3 months. So, where
Yeah.
were you before we started working together? What was your health like and what were your goals?
Look, my health wasn't great, not really committing, and always allowing the excuses to creep in as to why I couldn't go, why I need to cancel. It was very up and down. Um, probably food wasn't great. I went to the doctor and spoke to him, and he sort of suggested I'd try some of the medications that were out there. He put me on the Wegovy to start with. They speak about them being this wonder drug. It was a gradual increase in how you inject yourself. It sort of blocks that food noise and that wanting that food and those cravings. So it blocked out the food noises, but I had this constant sort of think about, well, I'm not actually hungry, and I'm not wanting to eat, and I would go hours or even a full day with not eating or just having a coffee, and I thought this can't be good. It made me feel ill. I got headaches, pain, like it just horrible, and it made me nauseous a lot and very fog brain. But every time I had to keep increasing that dosage, those symptoms would get worse. I just still would go days or hours without eating anything. And I thought, this can't be right, because I knew that's not the way you keep it off. I followed you for quite a while and took down the advice you give out for free on your Instagram. I got to the point where I was like, the medication really wasn't doing much for me. The time frame probably would have been just on a year, and I probably lost about 5 kilos. I sort of stopped and started it myself too, and then the doctor, no, you go back on it. I thought there's got to be something better. I need to actually educate my mind and get that under control.
Yep.
And I don't think any drug's gonna help me with that. I think it's definitely, it's a lifestyle change that you have to make. And I didn't want to forever take this injection. Plus, it's quite costly too. As I said, I was watching your Instagram and some other people that I follow as well. And just something you posted one day resonated in me. What have you got to lose? No one can do it but yourself. And I went, oh, I'm going to reach out. I'd been watching for a while, and that's probably how I think I do my research on who I think I would resonate with, or who could work well with me. That's when I reached out to you, and I think I spoke about the goals of wanting to get off the Wegovy with you and to really change my way of thinking and my thought process and how I approached everything, like food, exercise, what I wanted to achieve out of my own life and my goals. And
When you understood that it was an online coaching process, what
yeah,
misconceptions did you have, or what concerns did you have about that process?
I think it was all clear for me. So I sort of knew what I was getting involved with. I think I've gotten everything I've wanted out of it. Definitely go beyond, above and beyond for your clients, and you're always there for us. Not pushy, but pushy enough, which is what I personally need. I was quite sick when I first started, and you just said, just concentrate on the food. That's been the best thing. One of the best things of advice that you gave me was, let's just concentrate on the food, get that sorted, get you into a routine, get you to understand it. And it did take the 3 months that you sort of suggested that it would just, something will click, and and there's always things you learn along the way still too. But yeah, that really helped, and that helped me not overwhelm myself with too much change in the one go.
You ended up losing 5 kilos just in those first 2 months.
I
You are
did, yes.
you are weaning off the Wegovy, and
Yes.
what are your thoughts about moving into this next phase now? We're now taking on exercise as well. How do you feel about following the program online, being a part of the community online?
It actually works for me. I can exercise when I want to. I just make that time for me. I was meal prepping and cooking, and something, what I was cooking was going to take 20 minutes to simmer on the stove. So I thought, I can smash out my little home workout in that time. And I just did it in the lounge room. It's just being ready and prepared, not only just for food, but this is the time I'm setting for myself to do the exercise. And I think with the online, it's great because I can do it when it suits me. I don't have to drive anywhere. I don't, as long as I've got a bit of the equipment that I need, it's been really, really, really good, actually. Yeah. It's
a big part of it obviously is the personalization of the programming so that it fits into your schedule. So if it's 20 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever it is, we personalize it to suit you. And obviously you can do it from home, or if you're a member of the gym, you could do it from the gym. So we program it according to your request and your requirements. What has been so far, so as we said, with 3 months, just over 3 months in, what has been the most enjoyable part of this process for you?
Oh, I've really liked the community, and when they, occasionally we get into a little bit of a banter, or the Friday funnies, or just even just giving each other a bit of a support and a hello, how you going? And over time, when we've had those Zoom meetings with you once a month, you get to know some of the ladies in the community, so their stories and whatever we've spoken about during those Zoom meetings. So when you hear that they've had a great week, or they've had a good week of whatever their goals are, you can just really, you feel congratulations, or you feel part of their journey as well, just to be this bit of support for them, because not every day is easy. Sometimes you have some bad days or some bad hours. So just knowing sometimes that you're online all the time if we ever need any help, and you have been, and sometimes you've been a little prod, hey, how you going? It all helps.
To keep you accountable, to know that you're not alone as well. So many people in the community obviously all going through the same process and the same challenges.
Even though they're different journeys, we've got different goals, but at the end of the day, it's similar in that we're healthy. We want to be the best we can be for ourselves, as you've said, and no one's going to do it for you. As I believe, you have to do it for yourself. No one's going to do it for you. You have to know that you're worth it.
Yes.
That you're worth it.
Yes. I'm really excited to see your next weight check-in, because you are only doing that every few months. So the last one was actually 2 months ago. So I'm excited to see your next check-in, because I know you're doing super well. You've actually you measure more regularly, and your measurements are amazing. You've lost 24 centimeters around your waist. So it's amazing to see the progress is happening, and that's purely through our discussions about nutrition and what you should be eating, and making sure that you're accountable and learning what to eat. And now that next level of adding in the exercise, which obviously hand in hand, they're the golden standard, but it's important to do things at your own pace. So we've done that, and you've been super successful.
Yeah.
For people who are out there listening to this and a bit hesitant about investing in themselves and investing in the process, you're a prime example of what's possible. What would you say to somebody who's hesitating and maybe really nervous about that investment in themselves? What advice would you give them?
I would start with asking them to sort of maybe look at themselves and say, why don't you think you're worth it? Why, we invest and insure our cars, our homes, why don't we invest and insure our lives, our health? It is hard, especially if you've got a family to look after, or work pressures and things. So what's great is that the online coaching you do is it is it is available to you and accessible to you when it fits you, you know. So I would just...
I'm really excited to see your next weigh-in. We're only doing that every few months. So the last one was actually 2 months ago. So I'm excited to see your next check-in, because I know you're doing super well. You've actually lost, you measure more regularly and your measurements are amazing. You've lost 24 centimeters around your waist. So it's amazing to see the progress is happening. And that's purely through our discussions about nutrition and what you should be eating, and making sure that you're accountable and learning what to eat. And now that next level of adding in the exercise, which obviously hand in hand, they're the golden standard, but it's important to do things at your own pace. So we've done that and you've been super successful.
Yeah.
For people who are out there listening to this and a bit hesitant about investing in themselves and investing in the process, you're a prime example of what's possible. What would you say to somebody who's hesitating and maybe really nervous about that investment in themselves?
I would start with asking them to sort of maybe look at themselves and say, why don't you think you're worth it? We invest and insure our cars, our homes, why don't we invest and insure our lives, our health? It is hard, especially if you've got a family to look after, or, you know, work pressures and things. So what's great is that the online coaching you do, it is available to you and accessible to you when it fits you. So I would just advise people, just trust the process that, you know, you help guide us on. Trust that, yeah, you're going to have some bad days. They don't have to end up being bad days. You're going to have up and downs, and there's going to be a time where maybe I'm not losing the centimeters, or, you know, and just knowing that that's natural and it's okay. You know, there's other ways you measure too, like your clothes, or, you know, how you feel. Like I walk now at a better pace than I've ever done before. And I want to walk. And just the changes in my body and how I feel, just different. I just feel different.
You've
Worth the investment.
Energy and time into yourself, and it pays off. It's a slow process, right? Like, it's painfully slow, but
it is.
Trust the process and it does work. So
yes,
Mel, thank you so much. I'm so proud of you, and I can't wait to see where you go the rest of this month and the rest of this year. And thank you for trusting in me.
No, Karen, you know, your guidance and your support has just been amazing. And, you know, I couldn't have got to where I've gone without your help and support, and the community as well too. I love hearing their stories and how they're going, and, you know, egging each other on. So no, it's good.
Thank you, Mel. Thank you so much.